Listen.
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. Or anything that non-white people do. That's the way you look at it. That is of constructive value. I tell people, anytime you're doing anything of constructive value, you're hurting the system of white supremacy, because no person of color is supposed to do or say anything that makes sense. I mean, so anytime any people who have color in their skin do anything that has constructive results, something beneficial that helps people to think constructively or to act constructively rather than non-constructively, you are hurting the system of white supremacy. The white supremacists want the entire world of people of color to always do stupid things. And many people of color, black people in the northwestern hemisphere, under the system of white supremacy, we are taught to worship anything that's stupid. Just go and find something stupid to do and do as much of it as we possibly can do and walk around bragging about it. All right? That's how we have been taught. We're systematically taught to do that. And in a school, I mean, the young male or female who is black in an all-black school is kind of ridiculed, I have heard. Because I have certainly witnessed it, and not as much as in the old days when I was coming up. People were more constructive than I understand that they are now.
Yes.
Then in a lot of the schools, you can't learn anything of constructive value because the person who is trying to learn something and do something of constructive value is ridiculed, and by the other students who want to do something that doesn't make sense at all. Now, they didn't get that naturally. That's something that's been taught to them indirectly by the white supremacists. And the answer to the person who asked that question about the rise of people who are of people of color, who are trying to do something more and more of constructive value, learn how to build a locomotive, learn how to plant better crops, learn how to go into the ground and come up with an irrigation system where they can have clean water and whatnot. The white supremacists don't want that. They want control of all of that. Anything of constructive value, they want control of it. Oil, tin, gold, anything that might be used constructively. They want to keep control of that. They don't want non-white people anywhere to have control of anything that makes sense. But anything that's a bunch of garbage, anything that fills a person's mind with garbage, if that person is black, the white supremacists are all for that. I mean, nothing but just open the top of a black person's head and just pour garbage in, this non-stop garbage, and then put the cap on it and have them walking around doing garbage stuff all of their entire existence until the white supremacists come around and beat them over the head and make them do something for the system of white supremacy that makes sense. Now, they will help a black person do something that's going to help the system of white supremacy. But the minute you do that, or are not doing that rather, if you're black on this planet, the minute that the white supremacists turn you loose from doing something constructive for them, then they want you to go off and do something that's non-constructive for yourself. And we just see that in little things like, as far back as you can remember. Like I alluded to earlier in this program. You can come on a job, and on that job you're doing something constructive that the white supremacists want you to do. You're building things, you're repairing things, you're cleaning things. And the white supremacists want that. It makes them comfortable. And it makes you comfortable, all right, if you're a person of color. But the minute the white supremacists say, okay, you can go now and do some of the things, that you want to do. But they have us trained that when we leave their presence, we immediately start doing what? Like in the old days, like I said earlier in this program. Get off the job and do what? Go right down the street to the whiskey store. Buy some whiskey. That's what we used to do in the old days. And get what? Drunk. Yeah, do something stupid. And if you half drunk, go and stab somebody, shoot somebody of color right there in your own neighborhood. And the only time you stop doing it is when the white supremacists said, okay, that's enough of that now. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, we gave you time to do all that stupid stuff. Now, this is Monday, you come back and start doing something constructive for me.
Yes, sir.
Not for you, but for me. But when you're off on your own, make sure that whatever you do when you're around your cousins and your so-called friends and your neighborhood, I mean, you go out and do your gang banging then and all like that. Do a whole bunch of stupid stuff wherever you are.
Yes, sir.
But when you come over on this side of town, where I am, that's the only time in your entire existence that you do something that makes sense. And let's keep it that way. Well, we are in an insane system, all right? A system of white supremacy is a system of insanity, mass insanity, dominating and mistreating people based on color, or dominating and mistreating people for any reason is a form of insanity. I mean, so the system of white supremacy is the most powerful system of government and the most powerful religion ever invented in the minds of people, and it's designed to mistreat people, so you have mass insanity. Nobody can be made sane in this system,
I know black.
white or non-white. It's impossible to be sane in this system. So you just take for granted we're all insane. So it's just a matter of trying to get rid of what causes the insanity. And so you have to get rid of the system of white supremacy in order to do that.
Yes.
And replace it with a system of justice. So even in our insane condition, the first order of business, the first step toward not being insane is what, according to logic? Is to recognize that you're insane.
No, papi.
See, if you know that you're crazy, you're taking the first step toward not being crazy.
I know black.
All right? So we're all crazy. You have to understand that. Anytime you try to make sense out of what's going on around you and what your entire existence is all about, if you're trying to make sense out of it, you are getting crazier and crazier because there's no sense to make out of it. All right? Not in this system of racism that we're in.
That's right.
You cannot make sense out of it. And once you understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works, that's the beginning of coming out of your insane condition. Otherwise, you'll just keep getting crazier and crazier and doing crazy things and looking forward to doing even crazier things.
I know black.
Now, the white supremacists, just like they do with, I make this comparison because, lots of people like their dogs, but their dog is still a dog. You might put your dog in a fur coat and walk it out into the winter snow. And that dog is wearing an expensive fur coat. Fur coat made for dogs. Some people may do that. Why? Because they really favor their dogs. I won't say like, but they have, they just say, I want a dog. And it's my dog, so I'm going to treat my dog with great comfort. It's the same way with some white supremacists. They'll say, I'm going to take my Negro and put him in the finest clothes you ever want to see. I'm going to dress him up, and I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to have a show of several of my favorite black people. And I'm going to have them go around in a circle, and show off all their diamonds and their tattoos and their hairdos and all of this. I'm going to groom them well, just like I do the rest of my animals, my dogs, my horses, my other stable of other things, in order to do what? Embellish me. Say, hey, I am so wealthy that I can make my Negroes think that they are kings. Put them on a pedestal and have them prance around and show off particularly to other Negroes about all the wonderful things that they got from me. And now we'll, since you don't have any idea what to do with yourself, not even your own bodies and whatnot, we'll just draw pictures all over your body and have you flock into that. We'll have you working hard, looking forward to getting enough money together to come into the tattoo parlor. And we will draw pictures, we'll draw designs, we'll draw whatever we imagine all over your body, like we used to do under the elevated tracks or over on some abandoned warehouse, because that's what you are. You are an abandoned warehouse. So I will draw tattoos on you and have you pay for it, because you don't have any idea of what to do with yourself. You're just looking around for somebody to tell you what is valuable, what to do, what not to do. You're looking around for somebody to tell you this, and we have always done the telling, because you don't have any idea of what to do with yourself. So that's what we do with you people. We always have ideas about what we are going to do. You don't have any ideas about what you are going to do when you get your cap and gown and walk out of an institution that I set up for you to get your learning. You have to look to me, and I will always tell you what to do and will always be to my advantage, because I'm a white supremacist. That's the way that works. White supremacy takes in 9 areas of activity, and anything that a white supremacist does is to strengthen the system of white supremacy. The system of white supremacy is already an institution. That's just another way of saying the system of white supremacy when you say institutionalized racism. Racism is white supremacy. White supremacy is racism. It's no other form of racism. So that's already in place. So I call it in capital letters, the system of white supremacy. And that covers all areas of activity that involve non-white people who are the victims of the system of white supremacy. And those areas of activity are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that everybody is engaged in at any minute of any day, anywhere on the planet, both white people and non-white people. And all of these areas of activity are interrelated. Religion is associated or interrelated with politics. Politics is interrelated with education. Education is interrelated with economics. Economics is interrelated with religion, and so on and so on and so on. So what the white supremacists did, they looked at the non-white people, the people of color on the planet, and say, we are going to dominate all of these people simultaneously, all of the time, in everything that they do and say. And we are going to figure out a way to not only dominate them, but we are going to mistreat them. Oh. We're not just going to be their bosses.
Okay.
We're going to mistreat them. For what? For fun, for glory, and for material gain.
Okay.
That's what white supremacy is. But the white supremacists will say anything. You will say, well, we have a system of white supremacy in place. It's Neely Fuller. He's going around saying that there's a system of white supremacy. And the white supremacists will say, if they think it will work for them, they'll just simply say, Neely Fuller is crazy. There's no such thing as white supremacy. It doesn't exist. It never did exist. He's making it all up. They'll say anything. A white supremacist will say anything that they think that people will believe. They don't care. They use words to do one thing, to strengthen their position that's already in place. Now, some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me, a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.